Staying in Rivers State, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has solidified his position in the People's Democratic Party leadership crisis as the National Working Committee endorsed the Rivers State Congresses. Wike's loyalists within the PDP NWC not only secured the approval, but also postponed the National Executive Committee meeting originally set for September 26 to October 24, which could have overturned the decision. The PDP NWC, led by acting National Chairman Umar Damagum, made this decision during a meeting at the party's national headquarters, Wadata Plaza in Abuja. The NWC meeting had been delayed for the past 3 weeks amid rising tension within the party, especially between a former Rivers State governor, Wike, and the PDP Governors Forum over the status of Rivers State party congresses. Joining us now to discuss this, our Special Assistant to Governor Fubara on Electronic Media, Jerry Omosegunwa, and human rights lawyer, Henry Ekini. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, good evening. Let's start with you, sir. What is your interpretation of events? Can you confirm that the NEC meeting has been rescheduled and the NWC endorsement of the Rivers State Congresses? Jerry, the question is for you, please.
Okay. First and foremost, I will say thank you very much for this opportunity. I want to say that directly your question or answer to your question is that the other day, the DOT led by Adolphus Wagbara was in the state here, and he made a statement that if the PDP lost Rivers State, that they are doomed already. But I've also said that they are not making any effort to right the wrongs. Right from the days of Peter Odili, he was the governor and also the leader of the party. Moved to Chibike Rotimi Amishi, the same thing. It was Wike, the now FCT minister, that took over, and he was also the leader of the party. And the question on everybody's lips is, why is Nyesom Fubara so different? That's the same question we are still asking. Knowing the importance of Rivers State to the party, I think they need to...
Okay, Jerry, because of time, this is news, so our conversation are usually brief. I was asking specifically if you can confirm that the NEC meeting has been rescheduled and that the NWC had endorsed the Rivers State Congresses. Just that confirmation, and then we can...
Yes, yes, we saw it on the pages of newspaper, so, but... I can't confirm that right now, but we saw it on the pages of newspaper.
All right, let's bring in Henry. What's your understanding? Has Wike defeated the Governors Forum, like some unnamed sources allege, based on recent events?
Well, thank you. I wouldn't be able to say whether it is a question of defeat and victory, but I think it's about really examining the if you like, the manipulation of power and control in the People's Democratic Party. But it's important to state here that the governors of the People's Democratic Party had actually reported, anyway, had actually made reference to the control of governors with respect to the leadership of a party in a state, generally, not just in the People's Democratic Party. And then the congresses that had held in Rivers State, from the ward to local government and the state, I understand had actually some restraining order in that regard. So the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party affirming those congresses would mean that they never countenance the ruling of the court that restrained the conduct of those congresses. And then it appears that the position of the governors, that is the People's Democratic Party governors in that regard also have not actually got their position, insisting that the governor of Rivers State should be the leader of the party. So arguably, it may be for the moment, in the interim, some sort of a victory for the former governor of Rivers State, that is the current minister of the Federal Capital Territory. But whether that victory, seeming victory, is going to be sustained in regard to the subsisting order that restrained the People's Democratic Party from conducting those elections. And again, this will also be a test of the influence of governors with the activities of political parties, which I know indeed that governors have very potent control with activities of political parties, including Nyesom Wike himself when he was governor of Rivers State. So, but a lot are actually happening in the People's Democratic Party, the tussle and control of the party between the National Working Committee, even amongst themselves. But then the fundamental question is, why the postponement of the National Executive Committee meeting? Because the National Executive Committee is an expansion, is wider and I think more powerful than the National Working Committee. So we would have waited until the National Executive Committee meeting is convened and then see the reaction of that enlarged committee against what the National Working Committee has actually held, as reported recently.
Nordin, but before I let you respond to what he has said, I want to confirm that you are a member of the PDP, right?
No, not at all. I am not a member of any political party. I'm not a member of the PDP.
No, not to you, Henry. I'm speaking to Jerry now.
Oh, sorry. Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, I know you don't belong.
Yes, I am a member of the PDP.
Okay, so if you are a member, you should be a stakeholder on some of these decisions, on some of these decisions that are being taken. Are the decisions binding on you and your principal at the moment, pending what the court says and what Henry has submitted?
No, those decisions cannot be binding on us. Now, you cannot take a decision against court order and you expect it to be binding on people. People went to court to get these orders. Same thing happened in this same River State here in 2019, where an order was given to the APC not to conduct congresses. They went ahead, and you know the rest of the story. So such decision cannot be binding on us right now because there's an order that they need to obey before anything is done. Like Henry rightly said, I think the net will do justice to the whole thing at the end of the day.
All right, I think I've asked you this version of the question previously when we had this conversation, similar conversation, about the people of Rivers in all of this. What are some of the implications for Rivers citizens and the public that they should be considering with the unfolding event? Because it seems more attention is being paid to politicking than in actual governance.
Right here in Rivers State.
Henry, the question is for you, please.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. I think in all considerations, whether with respect to the People's Democratic Party, the All Progressives Congress, or any other party, when there are such avoidable and unnecessary crises in political parties, and then the leaders of the state, and in essence, any state in that regard, fail to differentiate between politics and governance, and differentiate between internal crisis of political parties and the expanded expectation of citizens, then of course those that will suffer will be the citizens more. So I think I would say here in submission that the people expect more from government in terms of the improvement and their expectations in their welfare, and then lives and security of lives and property. That's fundamental. That's the primary purpose of government. So it doesn't concern us really, and the greater proportion of the population of the society of Rivers State inclusive, whatever is happening in any political party. But it's true that political parties have actually distorted the process of governance when they have these crises within those parties, because that's the provision of the Constitution that election is on the basis of political parties, and then every candidate who is going to eventually be elected into any elective position is going to be sponsored by a political party. So whatever happens in the political parties would have some direct effect on the effective governance and then how they affect the welfare of citizens and then security of lives and property. I think all political parties should have this consideration and ensure at all times that there is internal democracy in political parties and even the respect of the provisions of their constitution.
All right, Henry, let me quickly give Jerry 30 seconds to respond to this question as quickly as you can. As of August 24, we know that the PDP governors publicly backed Fubara and called for a review of the congresses, the state congresses, and also affirmed Fubara's role as leader of the PDP in the state. Has anything changed since then?
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. The governors have not told us that they have changed their stand, and the governor of our state is in charge, even though the NWC is trying to play one or two. But I tell you, maybe at the next level when they meet, the governors will hold their stand and make sure that the right thing is done. I want to ask before I go. If you want to ask, who is the leader of the APC in Lagos State now, despite we have somebody from Lagos as the president of the country? I don't think the president will want to go and double as the leader of Lagos APC. I think
I think you've made your point, Jerry. We're out of time, so I'll just say thank you very much, gentlemen, for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.